Hello there guys, Bilbo10000 here, bringing you another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate discussion video. Today, I am going to be discussing my thoughts on the Smash Bros. Direct from November the 1st, the day after. I've had a night to sleep, I've had some time to think about what I've seen, and I've kind of settled in eager anticipation tinged with a little bit of sadness. That's sort of where I'm at this point. So I'm gonna kind of briefly go over everything that I felt about the Direct, how I felt it was handled, and ultimately what I'm thinking about going into this final month of this game, because I don't think we're gonna get any new news until release now, so I'm just interested in what's gonna be coming out this month, speculation, and I'm just kind of interested to get into this. So let's try and do this chronologically. First things first, Sakurai starts the Direct and he reveals the final two characters in the game, Ken and Incineroar. The Ken-Cineroar box theory was correct. The boxists, the cardists, they were all legitimately correct, and I don't know how to feel about that. Now, I think had the cardists been correct and the reveal order switched around, I think it would have made a bit more sense. Maybe save the Belmonts for this November Direct because it came just after Halloween, and then maybe put Incineroar in the August Direct. But then again, that wouldn't make sense because King K. Rool is at the end of Incineroar's Direct, so you'd have to reveal King K. Rool first. But maybe put King K. Rool as the first reveal in the August Direct, and then show off the Incineroar Ken trailer, and then leave the Belmonts till last. I think that would have promoted the most hype, and that way the final reveals could have been a new franchise as well, which is always exciting. They could have had that big moment with Dracula's Castle. Personally, I just feel like the reveal order for this Smash game kind of lost a lot of its mojo after the August Direct. We got King K. Rool, we got the Belmonts, we had Ridley and the Inklings prior, we had Daisy, Chrom, Dark Samus, and then we got Isabelle, Ken, and Incineroar. And I don't know about you guys, but while I absolutely love how these fighters look and how they play, they don't fill me with a lot of hype at all. Like, for me, and I'm gonna be completely honest, the most hype reveal was probably Simon Belmont. Simon and Ridley, especially. Everyone else, I mean, like, I have some attachment to some of these characters, but they're not my cup of tea. So, I personally didn't feel as much as someone else might have felt, and I just feel like the way they held so many characters potentially getting into the final Direct only to then give us Ken and Incineroar, it kind of hurt, because there were a lot of missing assist trophies that people were speculating could be characters. You had your Shadows, you had your Isaacs, even Springman got put in the assist trophy locker, and then everyone practically got disconfirmed in Spirits, and it's like, it felt kind of harsh that they held back so many of these really wanted characters till the final Direct just to keep the discussion going. Especially Isaac, personally, that was a big blow to my heart, but I am grateful that he's in the game regardless. He looks brilliant, I love his updated model. I think they could touch up the face a bit, because the face looks a little bit plastic, but I guess that's probably the point. And I'm just glad that he is back in the game and that we managed to get him back. But I'm not going to be stopping there, but I'll get into that in another video. I really just wish that it had ended on a more hype reveal. That's all, because I just feel like Incineroar, obviously not being a ballot pick, not being someone that everyone really wanted, wasn't even on the scene until after E3 when Decidueye got kicked off his pedestal. It came out of nowhere, and while I adore his moveset, and I absolutely love the personality the character has, it just didn't really feel right for a final reveal. And I feel like Smash always gets this wrong. I mean, the final reveal for Smash 4 was Duck Hunt, and if you count the 3DS reveals, then it was Shulk. And I just don't think either of those really constitute that final reveal kind of position. But yeah, I just feel like they could have done a little bit more there. The characters we got, though, are absolutely brilliant. Ken and Incineroar, great fun, absolutely love it. I think they are amazing movesets that they have, and I'm really excited personally to try out Incineroar. I think he actually is really cool. I don't think he's going to take over Greninja as my main Pokemon, but he is certainly one with a lot of flair, a lot of personality. The fur textures are amazing, I have to say that. And I know that I have friends who are big fans of wrestling, Mitch and Rick, who are going to be really excited to probably play as him, so that's really good as well. So we then move on from these reveals, and Sakurai blows our minds by revealing Spirits Mode, and he originally reveals Spirits Mode without alluding to the story at all. So that's why they kind of left the whole story thing for the end of the Direct. So I feel like they revealed Spirits Mode, and they were going through all of the features in absolutely painstaking detail, completely painstaking detail, and I don't know how I feel about it just yet. I really like the idea they were going for, in that they acknowledge these characters are all toys. They acknowledge that that is like the headcanon of Smash Brothers, and I really like that. And it explains why everyone's working together and all that fun stuff, and I like how they really incorporate the spirits into this sort of mechanic, where these spirits are all these different characters who don't actually have toys, and they possess the cast of Smash Brothers, and the cast of Smash Brothers, once they are possessed, they actually become the toy in a sense. Like, they showed off Smokey Prog, and it possessed Mario, and it could go Metal Mario, and it used the dark alt skin color as well. And I like how there was one, The Imprisoned, where it was the Girahim assist trophy, and then it was K. Rool in his dark color swap, and he's just standing there as the Imprisoned. And it kind of reminds me of when I was a kid, and I used to have, like, I used to have an Optimus Prime Burger King toy that I got, and I used to pretend it was a warrior from a TV show I used to watch, and I used to pretend that a lot of my toys were not actually what they were, but they were something else, and I feel like that is the exact mechanic that Sakurai is bringing in, and that is so nostalgic to me. And I absolutely love that. I think it is a brilliant idea, and I am so looking forward to giving Spirits Mode a good try, a good college try. I'm so ready for it. I like that it's basically the new Events Mode. Like, they didn't bring back Events Mode. They made the Story Mode the Events Mode, and that is a brilliant idea, because people play Smash Brothers not for platforming or for levels. They play it to fight, and I think this is a really clever idea, because chances are, going through this story mode, you're going to be encouraged to play all these different characters. So, if you're new to Smash Brothers, you play through the story mode, you learn about all these different characters, you learn about their movesets, you learn about what they can do, you learn about what items can do. And I think it is a brilliant, tutorial in teaching you how to play Smash Online and stuff, but without actually being a tutorial. It's just a full-on story, and I really like that. So I'm really excited for the World of Light Spirits mode. That being said, I'm not so sure I enjoy how you can sacrifice spirits to power up your fighters, and it really reminded me of Fire Emblem Heroes. It really just reminded me of those mobile games, and I don't know how I feel about that. Like, you can trade it, you can send spirits back to their own worlds, but they'll leave their cores behind, and you can use them to summon more spirits, and it's just like, this is a mobile game. And it works. It actually works, because Smash is going to be portable. It's going to be on the Switch, and people are going to play it on the go, and it makes sense that they are going to have this sort of, like, little mobile sort of gameplay to kind of work with this portability, and it makes sense. It really does, but I've never been the biggest fan of mobile games, so I don't know how much I'm going to enjoy the features of leveling up your spirits, and leveling up your characters, and training your spirits at the dojo. All I know for sure, though, is that Matthew and Isaac are going to be on my team at all times when I get their spirits, because it did show assist trophies are able to be spirits, so are alternate costumes for actual characters. The spirits themselves are all spirits. That's redundant. That's a very redundant phrase. what I found really interesting about Spirits mode, though, is that they literally effectively disconfirmed every single character in known existence except for third parties that aren't actually related to Nintendo at this point. Basically, all of the popular speculation picks, except for a Bandana Waddle D, got disconfirmed in one fell swoop. Gino got disconfirmed. Shantae got disconfirmed. Dixie got disconfirmed. It was brutal. It felt like a literal slaughter, an actual massacre. Chorus Kids and Karate Joe got disconfirmed on the website if spirits count you out of DLC. It's insane. Like, every franchise that Nintendo, I think, ever had is probably going to be represented in Spirits in some way. And it is insane the amount of characters that we have seen from so many different franchises. A lot of these characters aren't even, like, important characters, so to speak. A lot of them are just kind of like background characters. We have the champions from Breath of the Wild, we have random villagers from Animal Crossing. As I said before, we have Rhythm Heaven characters, we've got characters possibly from Fatal Frame, from, probably we've got Ayumi Tachibana somewhere. There are literally so many characters that are going to be included in Spirits mode that it is going to be impossible to really count them all, and I'm just excited to see where that goes. Personally, I'm hoping that we get more than Isaac and Matthew in the Golden Sun department. Maybe we could get Felix as well, maybe get some more, maybe a Jin or two. That would be really cool, you know. I'm just gonna throw my own wants out there, you know, because I can. But really, everyone, the biggest news is that Big the Cat is a spirit, and clearly that means Big the Cat is eligible for DLC if spirits are allowed to be eligible for DLC. So that's fun. So moving on from Spirits, that's my thoughts on that. The online has changed. Now you get to matchmake based on your own preset rules. You can still matchmake with friends, which is good. Global Smash Power now has an actual use, where if you are high enough on the scale, you get to participate in elite battles, which I think is a really cool idea. I really like that. I like how in elite battles, you actually can affect the balancing of the game if you are good enough to get to that point. And trust me, I'm going to give it a good college try. I really am. I love the new online system. I love how you can create your own lobbies with your friends, where some of you can be in the little wrestling ring and some of you can spectate and some of you can wait. I think it is just really ingenious. Now, Sakurai did mention that, once again, online is going to be determined by not only the servers, but your internet connection, so a LAN adapter is advised, and I understand that, I get that, I'm okay with that, that's not a problem for me if I'm playing offline. If I'm playing on stream, though, haha, I can't do that. So that's fun. Now, one thing that I'm really sad they didn't confirm or disconfirm is 8-player Smash Online. I don't think it's going to happen at this point. I really don't think it's going to happen, and that makes me somewhat sad, because I really wanted to see if 8-player Smash Online was ever going to be a thing, and I don't think they could make it work, and that's really sad, because I think it would be absolutely amazing. So that's tragic. That's very tragic if it isn't coming true, and I'm very sad, very sad. So that's a little thing. Obviously, we got looks at just menus, and we got to look at the vault. We got to look at information, and there is so much going on right now with Smash Brothers online and in the menus, and I'm going to do more in-depth analysis into that sort of stuff at some point, but one thing, and this is probably my favorite thing, I really like the dog tag system that Smash Brothers is using now. Like, you collect dog tags from the people you defeat, and you can store them up as in your little personal hoard of people you've wrecked online, and you can sell them for gold, and you can buy music and stuff at the store, and I just love that. That is really cool to me. That is really interesting. I just really like that idea. It just makes sense. It really makes sense. So Mii's are getting costumes again. That's a thing. I believe there was a lip costume that I saw. There's obviously the Rex costume that you get with the DLC patch. There were a lot of other little costumes. The Ray Mark III costume I was surprised about, given Custom Robo didn't have his trademark renewed, but it's still being represented in the game. That was really cool. I really like the Toad costume, the terrifying fucking Toad costume that was shown off during the bit where they were talking about the online, and you had Toad playing from that clip from the online Nintendo video, and then it just cuts to the most terrifying me with Toad on it, and it just looked absolutely horrifying. That was a beautiful costume. I can't wait to use it, can't wait to play it. I wonder if there are costumes we don't know about yet that are actually in the game. That's what I want to know, because I bet there are going to be some unlockable costumes. That's a thing. They brought back challenges, which I'm really happy about. I really like challenges because it gave me more of an incentive to play the game, and I like how we're actually unlocking pictures now, and it's a lot kind of more fragmented and disjointed. It's not just a bunch of squares on a wall. It's like you're unlocking murals and stuff and puzzle pieces, and I just really like it. I really like how it looks. I'm excited to try out challenges. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Century Smash, 100-Man Smash is back, Cruel Smash is back, and All-Star Smash is back. Now, All-Star Smash, I was very interested in how that worked. I wasn't really sure if I understood, but from Sakurai, I think he mentioned that fighters that you've unlocked will spawn endlessly, and I'm hoping that he doesn't mean endlessly and he just means they will spawn until, you know, you've beaten the amount of fighters on the roster. I think that would make a bit more sense. But I like that you can play All-Star Smash with just the characters you've unlocked, though I probably won't touch the mode until I have unlocked every character, because I just don't really see the point, because All-Star Smash is fun because you fight every character, so I'm probably going to leave that mode alone for a little while. Alright, let's get to it. Assist trophies. So, we have a lot of returning assist trophies. We have Skull Kid, Shadow, Dylan returning. Skull Kid and Dylan didn't even get shots in the direct, so that probably tells me they didn't do too well on the ballot because they didn't get any focus. Shadow was the first one revealed, then we saw Takamaru. We got a new character from Fatal Frame. I can't remember her name off the bat, but it is really cool to see Nintendo actually representing their horror roots, because that is something that I feel like they definitely ignore a lot when it comes to Smash Brothers, so that was really cool. And then we got Isaac, and oh, I am so sad. I'm genuinely saddened by Isaac being there as an assist trophy, but he does so much more than he did in Brawl. In Brawl, he just appeared and he shot 3 hands and then he fucked off. In this one, he can still force push his hands, he can grab you in his hands and lift you up, he can use the pound synergy to knock you down. He is so much more versatile, and I really love the animation that he uses when he casts his synergy. As I said before, I'm not a big fan of his face. I think his face does need a bit of work because it just kind of looks a bit plastic, and it doesn't really have the shading that I quite like. But the armor, despite the fact there wasn't too much detail into like the legs, and obviously there isn't actually much detail in his armor to begin with, it's very accurate and it works, and it's probably the best model we've had in a while, certainly better than the Smashified's design for Isaac, so I'm glad that that got changed. Then we got Black Knight. Black Knight was not an echo of Ike like some people thought. He actually is his own assist trophy. He went around, he had his sword, he looks really good for what he is. I'm not surprised he's an assist trophy because I felt like he'd be in the game somehow because people really wanted him, and I think it makes sense that he is an assist trophy, and he's doing his little fighting, he attacks Ike, I think he works. We got the Thwomp, which, it's a Thwomp. There's really nothing else to say about that. He exists, he is a Thwomp. And then the biggest reveal for me, Springman just springs up onto the stage. His model actually, compared to a lot of the others, looks extremely detailed. And I really like Springman, how he looks here, how he acts, how he reacts. He has his own little flurry punch move as well. I was genuinely surprised to see him. I didn't know if ARMS was going to get representation, and I think that blew a lot of people away. And let's just say, if as being an assist trophy does discount you from DLC, that means that Springman isn't going to be in for DLC, which is shocking. It genuinely is shocking, and I'm interested to see how DLC is going to be covered now, given so many popular characters got the assist trophy treatment. So Springman, he uses his arms, he springs and attacks, and it makes sense. His entire moveset makes sense. He gets that little flurry rush. He gets his little boing bounce. Dr. Wily, though. Can we talk about Dr. Wily? That was, without a doubt, probably my favorite assist trophy next to Isaac. Because not only is it Dr. Wily in his goddamn capsule, he's in Wily Capsule 7, the most annoying one in the entire goddamn franchise, the hardest one in the franchise. Everyone hates it. I hate it. Everyone else hates it. Evil final boss, and I love that when he falls out of his capsule, he goes into his bowing animation, and I love that it was Isabelle who destroyed him. That is the most satisfying thing I have ever seen. Dr. Wily bowing to Isabelle. Now the question is, will his capsule actually appear in Spirits mode, potentially like as a boss, or as accompanying, like maybe Mega Man or something, or maybe the Yellow Devil? I think that's really interesting, and I'm glad that he got confirmed. Dr. Eggman was nowhere to be seen actually as a boss, and we didn't really see any new bosses aside from Gallium, so I'm wondering if they're obviously going to keep some bosses secret from us, so I'll get into that at some point when we get later on into the World of Light. We also had the flies, the swatter and the flies, which, you know, swat at the enemy, and that was a really cool kind of addition from Mario Paint. I don't have much of an attachment to that, and it's one of those ones that is probably just going to be really annoying. So, just want to kind of keep away from that one if I can. We obviously got Tiki from Fire Emblem as well. Tiki is one of the more popular Fire Emblem characters, has appeared in multiple games as an actual playable. She was in Marth's original game, she was in Fire Emblem Awakening, she had a role in the Fire Emblem Shin Megami Tensei crossover. I think she completely makes sense. It's nice to have a Manakete as an assist trophy as well. I really like that. I think she is a brilliant choice. And then we got Vince from Art Academy. From freaking Art Academy. That was probably one of the most random assist trophies we could have gotten. I had no idea that Vince was going to be added, and that made me surprised. Guile from Street Fighter doing his little camping crouch, doing his flash kick whenever people came near him. That is possibly the funniest assist trophy I think I've seen in a long time. That was brilliant. And then we got Akira from Virtua Fighter. I don't have much of a care for Akira. He kind of just exists. Yeah. It's nice that he's there, you know, but I don't really care about him, to be quite frank. So yeah, Akira was an assist trophy, and then when we move on from assist trophies, it then started showing us a whole bunch more stuff about the game that just kind of bored me, I'm not gonna lie. I like that Smash now has multiple languages, so now everyone can listen to the announcer say their names in all sorts of different languages. It's very exciting. It's very, very exciting. That was pretty cool. We got the Mii costumes again. But then we get to what everybody wanted to know, DLC. How is DLC going to be handled in this game? Well, it's going to be 5 sets of DLC for this potential, hopefully only Season 1 DLC. I know everyone's like, we really hope that 5 characters isn't going to be everything for Ultimate forever. Maybe give Sakurai like a 1-year break and then maybe bring him back for another wave of DLC. That would be pretty cool, who knows? But basically how it works is that we're getting 1 fighter, 1 stage, and a selection of music tracks for DLC per pack, and it's all going to be distributed by February 2020. That was a thing they said down below, which makes sense. A year's worth of DLC, that's pretty exciting, pretty cool. I think everyone's going to be hyped for that. And it kind of inadvertently confirms 108 stages, because there are 5 slots on the stage selection screen, and there are 5 stages that are going to be brought in through DLC. This does make me think that DLC is going to be left open for new franchises, or franchises with games that haven't been really represented yet. I don't think we're going to see more Mario characters, because I just don't see what kind of stages they could bring. I think we're going to definitely get a lot of third parties. I think maybe 3 third parties and 2 first parties. And I'm going to predict right now Bandana D. I think he's going to be one of the first party DLCs. He was not shown as an assist trophy. He was not shown in Spirits. We saw a Waddle Dee. We didn't see Bandana Waddle Dee though, and that is a distinguished difference. So I think we'll see him. I think we could see Sora. I think we could see Banjo. I think we could even see Rayman, because we saw that Ubisoft got Rabbid Peach in there in Spirits mode. So that's completely possible. I think we are going to get a lot of third parties in this DLC. I wouldn't be surprised if like all 5 of them ended up being third-party, and that's kind of sad because I want to see more first-party Nintendo franchises represented. I want to see Golden Sun and Rhythm Heaven get a rep. I want to just see more worlds. That's the sad part of this game for me, is that we only got 2 new franchises, Inkling and Castlevania, Splatoon and Castlevania. That just, for me, was probably the only downside to all of this, is that he just focused on franchises that were already doing pretty well, and then just added, aside from Donkey Kong did pretty good. Metroid got some fun as well, but it's just like Animal Crossing, Pokemon, just franchises that I don't think needed another character yet. I understand why Isabelle was added in, and I understand why Incineroar was added in. I get it, don't worry, I understand that. I just wish that we could have got more new franchises represented via playability, because it would have meant new music, it would have meant a new character, it would have meant drummed up interest in said characters. It's just, I feel like a bit of a lost cause at this point, and I'm hoping that DLC does rectify that somewhat and brings people some characters that they desperately wanted. So I am probably going to buy the Fighters Pass 100%. I'm down for it. You know, I know that it's going to be quality. I really don't care about the price because $25 for me, it's not a lot of money. Like, really kind of cheap. Like, that's not too much money. I can pay that. I'm fine with that. Because we are getting so much with this game already. I trust Sakurai to deliver some brilliant content. And then fucking Piranha Plant. Oh, Piranha Plant, my boy! What the fuck happened there? I was not expecting it. I don't think anyone was expecting Piranha Plant to get into the game, and I don't know how I feel about that, because on the one hand, this is possibly the best joke character we've ever had, because it is just so what the fuck. It's not even like Wii Fit Trainer where it's understandable, or Duck Hunt Dog where it's understandable, or Game & Watch. It is literally just a fucking Piranha Plant, and I was in shock. I am amazed that they came up with a brilliant moveset for the character, and I'm gonna main that Piranha Plant. Let's go, boys! I actually do feel bad, though, for pretty much every character that got disconfirmed over Piranha Plant, though, because it's like, there is an element of, like, your Geno, your Isaac, your Dixie Kongs, your Black Knights. These are all characters that people wanted, and then instead we get Piranha Plant. And I understand that Piranha Plant is, like, a bonus. It is not one of the 5 DLC characters being made. It is purely there as, like, a pre-order bonus, and I get that if you're going to do a pre-order bonus, it makes sense to do a character that is less important and that isn't as, like, close to a lot of people's hearts, because you don't want to annoy a lot of people who can't get that pre-order bonus, even though, quite frankly, all you've got to do is buy the game. Like, just buy the game, and then use your gold coins, and boom, you've got your pre-order bonus. It's not that hard. I just think, I just find it amazing that he actually has gone so insane that he's put a Piranha Plant in the roster. As Black Nerd Comedy really kind of just emphasized it, he just screamed, "Waluigi, a Piranha Plant got into the roster before you." I feel so bad for Waluigi fans, man. Like, even I think that is just good. That clearly hurt them. I feel so bad. Like, goddamn. Sakurai did not know how to crowd control at all in this direct. I feel like the timing for so many of these reveals was so, maybe not bad, but just off, that it made more of a mixed reaction at the time. But you know what? I'm okay with Piranha Plant. I'm gonna main him. I'm gonna love him. I think he's gonna be a really cool character, and I'm pretty excited to play as him. And then lastly, we get the World of Light. That was probably the most hype part of the direct for me, by a mile. We get this beautiful opening cutscene with dialogue, with action, with excitement. Now, I will admit, I think Zelda's dialogue was a little bit stilted, and I didn't like how none of the dialogue really flowed together. It was just kind of characters saying quips as opposed to them talking with each other, which I think is what people really wanted. And we obviously don't know if this cutscene is going to be the only one in the game. Like, we've seen with bosses that they have little opening cutscenes where they appear, but we haven't really seen anything beyond that, and I don't know if we're gonna get another cutscene like that intro, except for maybe the outro at the very end. I don't think we're going to get anything else like that. I'm really interested in this new villain, Galim, his name is, according to the Smash Brothers website. I'm really interested in who this guy is. Why has he brought all these bosses together? Why has he brought back Brawl's subspace bosses? Is Taboo going to appear? Is Galim actually Taboo? It's one of those things that I really want to know, I really want to figure out, and I'm really interested in where this is going to go. I love how big the world map is. The world map is absolutely humongous. It is, without a doubt, one of the bigger world maps we have seen, and I am going to do a more in-depth analysis, but I did notice a few quick things, like I saw Bridge of Eldin on the map, I saw the Mario Kart circuit on the map, so I think it's going to be made up of locations from all the different stages in the game. That's my personal thought there, and I love that. And I like that there are going to be puzzles on the map as well. There's going to be interactions. It's just so exciting. I really like this idea of a single-player mode that is just this in-depth and this exciting and this cool, and I'm really, really just ready to get into it and play it in just over a month. I'm so ready for it. But we have to talk about how Sakurai just finger-snapped everyone out of existence. I mean, everyone died. Literally, you got your Link death, you got Samus dying. They couldn't show Mario dying. Cloud didn't get showed in any of the cutscenes, which I thought was interesting. There were a lot of characters who didn't actually get shown in that original cutscene, and I'm like, maybe they weren't developed in time for said cutscene, or maybe they just couldn't afford to put them in. It was just interesting how it didn't show everyone at that point, and I'm hoping if there is an ending cutscene that it does show everyone on the roster, including like Cloud, your Isabelle, Incineroar, who I don't think I actually saw in that cutscene. But I really like the characters they did show. It was kind of heartbreaking watching characters like Link pass on, Sonic reaching out for Pikachu. That was emotionally hard hitting. Palutena getting knocked out, and then Dark Pit and Pit kind of like losing their wings. Snake just huddling in his little box. It was so crazy to look at. Even the Inklings, they felt so out of place in that they shouldn't have been there, and they got destroyed. And you have to think, Pichu got destroyed there. Pichu died. Lucario and Greninja as well. Lucario teleported, Greninja was in front of him. Greninja just jumps up and lets Lucario get hit. Then he gets hit himself because when you're in the air, you can't move as fast. Falco couldn't escape in his R-Wing. It was insane. Obviously, Snake was probably my favorite of the destructions, and obviously that has been memed to death at this point. We got Wii Fit doing exactly what she does best. Her best. That's what she was doing in that cutscene. She was doing her best, and she is beautiful, and she is amazing. Duck Hunt with the Duck Hunt duo, where the duck is trying to fly away, and the dog is just scared, and the villager is just running around randomly like, oh god, we're gonna die! Even the villager is scared. When the villager is scared, you know that something is wrong. And then obviously, because of course it was, Kirby is the one who escapes. Sakurai's bias is shining through, and I am not even mad. I'm not even mad. Kirby is like the perfect character to escape. He is one of the easiest characters to pick up and play, so in a story mode, he's going to be an easy first character to use. I completely understand why he is the one who got away. He is the one with the most abilities that could actually escape with his Warp Star, which literally, I'm pretty sure, like, just goes at the speed of friggin' light, because he went so fast, he literally vanished from space-time for a short time. And then Kirby is crashing to the ground, the world is destroyed, there are spirits roaming around, and then the vocals. Lifelight comes in, and I lost it. I just, like, if you look at my reaction, my face just says it all. The moment I realized that those are actual vocals, I just look floored. I look shocked. I'm like, Nintendo, take my money, put vocals into all of your games. Just keep giving me these brilliant friggin' songs. I mean, I didn't think there was anything that could one-up Jump Up Superstar, but for me, I really love these hard-hitting songs like Lifelight, and that does it for me a bit more than Jump Up. So this song just took the intro theme, it took Smash's main theme, it took it to new heights. I'm sorry, Brawl, but we're gonna have to have a fight, because, oh my god, Life Flight was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful, and the way that the lyrics really reflect the situation. I'm gonna do a video on that at some point as well, on the lyrics and how I think they're gonna fit into the story, but this song was beautiful. It was brilliant. It was a fantastic way to end the direct, and it left me so hyped and so excited. I was ready for it, and I wasn't ready for it, and now I am ready for it. I am so ready for Smash. Like, it took away all of my ailments at Isaac being disconfirmed. It took away all the sadness at all the characters that we sadly won't get to play as, but we will have in spirit, quite literally. And honestly, regardless of what happens going forwards from now, whether we get some amazing DLC characters or if it's just more boring third parties, I think this is going to be a phenomenal game, and I'm going to be buying it day one, and I'm going to be loving it, and I can't wait to do some more in-depth analysis on everything we've seen today, everything we've seen up until now, and just kind of put the pieces together. So those are my thoughts on the Direct. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't already, please consider checking out my Discord down below. We are trying to reach 1,000 members. We are about 930 at the moment, so we're getting there, and it will be really cool if we can try and hit 4 digits before the end of the month. And if you haven't already, please consider checking out my Patreon, because the patrons just repaid all of their we got repays, and that's really cool. We got a whole bunch of patrons, and I actually want to shout out every single patron that actually repaid their patron today. So I want to give a shout out to Mogemak, AdamPlays, Kendra, Cole Williams, Harris Carter, TheSonicJoey, AdventurerofMC, Benny Boy, Nintendo64, VictoryRoad, Josh Vetrano, Capritorne, Arceon493, Jedder, Diego Rodriguez, Toonbink, Xaon1306, Xaon, Lsjmlpfan, bjwaterz, Marc-Andre Berg, and GMH Games. All of you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for supporting me for another month. I am so grateful to you all, and I am so grateful to everyone who has watched this video. So I will be doing a lot more going forwards for Smash Brothers. I'm going to be doing analysis of all the different aspects of Ultimate going forwards this month, because I want to talk about this game some more. And on the 11th of November, by the way, I'm going to be doing a special Golden Sun video about why I feel Golden Sun should be revived, as it is the 17-year anniversary of Golden Sun's release in the US, and we're going to be using that day as a way to drum up hype for Golden Sun and let Camelot know that we would really like to see a Golden Sun 4. Now is the time to strike while Isaac's assist trophy shows that he was demanded, and that's what I'm going to go for, because I just want to see Golden Sun get revived. So, thank you everyone for watching, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.